What's up, everyone? Cyclops from Paramount Cyclops here. And, if you take off your partisan hats, I don't see how you can sit there and say that there aren't questions of voter fraud. There are massive questions of voter fraud. I mean, not only do we have the video at the arena in Georgia showing that, well, there were mysterious votes that there weren't anybody there to watch them count, even though court had said, no, we need people to be able to have meaningful access to watching the votes. But yet they waited for everybody to go home. And then they stopped the vote due to what they said was a main leak in a pipe burst. Ended up being a leaky toilet. And then we got the USB videos. I mean, come on. How nefarious does it have to look? Even if it was absolutely fine and it was normal, it appears really bad. So the USB video, you have a woman in braids, and you have another woman. They are a mother and daughter. The mother is Ruby Freeman. The lady in the blonde braids, her name is Shay Freeman Moss. She is the daughter of Ruby Freeman. They're at a desk. The mother is sitting to the left of the desk. The daughter is sitting to the right of the desk. The mother hands a USB over on the desk to the daughter. It sits on the desk. The daughter kind of looks around. The mother kind of looks around. An as of yet unidentified male comes over. The daughter, Shay Freeman Moss, grabs the USB suspiciously. She doesn't grab it like something that you would grab, hey, this is mine. Just put it in my pocket, whatever. No, she grabs it and she deflects. What do I mean? When thieves try to steal something, they want to take something from one location, move it to another location, so that way they can look around and see if moving it out of that location causes any stir. They do it in steps. So she grabs and secretly palms that USB. Goes, turns in her chair, turns around. The unidentified male comes up. They're all looking around. He's purposely blocking her from where he thinks the angle of the camera is, because he knows that the camera is there. So he's blocking the angle of Shay Freeman Moss from the camera. Then he does this stretch thing where he picks up his arms and he stretches, which picks up his shirt. And then you can clearly see around his left hip, Miss Moss come around, and you see her hands around his hip do this. She drops the USB into his left pants pocket. And then they both stand up and they walk away. Tell me that doesn't sound suspicious. If nothing else, it has the image of impropriety. If nothing else, it has the appearance of impropriety. It has the idea that, hey man, something doesn't seem right. So why is it? Through all these fact-checking things, Snopes and all these other fact-checking things, their entire fact-checking is, it didn't happen. What do you mean it didn't happen? I saw the video. Or, they weren't ballots that were sitting in suitcases. What do you mean there weren't ballots sitting in suitcases? Then you scroll down and they were in empty boxes. Okay, who cares what they were in? They had ballots. It looks bad that they sent everybody home and then they started counting ballots. Then, on top of that, when you do the math, it really blows the thing away. That morning, they recorded a dump of votes that was 98% for Biden. And the time that they recorded those votes, 98% for Biden, correlates with the time at the arena when they sent people home and counted those votes for that next day. It matches. Something doesn't seem right. And I'm a registered Democrat. But when something doesn't seem right, something doesn't seem right. Something is not there. Something is not clear. Something is missing. Someone is hiding something. I mean, that much is clear. If that USB was standard operating procedure for her to grab it, stick it in her pocket, and take it, then why wouldn't she have just taken it and been like, talk to the gentleman? Yeah, blah, blah. Like you all do with things in your hand. You talk, and you stick it in your pocket. No, she takes it, she palms it. The gentleman comes over to try to block the view of the camera because he knows where the camera is, but he doesn't have the angle of the camera. It's a wider angle than what he thought. It's not like a shotgun view. It's a wide angle, so we were able to see around the corner of his hip when she drops the USB into his pants. Why? Why is that okay? And how is it that the Georgia election officials are saying that this is normal? This is normal? If this is normal, then we need to seriously rethink the way that we vote. That is absurd. There are way too many questions. Take your partisan hats off. Look at it from the outside looking in. You're not a Republican, you're not a Democrat. And I'm a Democrat and I'm calling it out. It looks odd, it looks bizarre, it doesn't look right, it has the appearance of impropriety. And unfortunately, in the vote, just the appearance of impropriety is enough. Imagine if we let this slip by. Then what? Next election cycle, it gets a little bit worse. The next election cycle, it gets a little bit worse. What are we showing politicians? That the winner is going to be he who can hide it the best or he who can cheat the best? We have to investigate without any partisan lines, without anything. It looks. Tell me it doesn't look bad. I'm serious. Tell me how it doesn't look bad, and then explain to me in the comments how someone palming the USB and really being really secretive about it, the ballots, sending everybody home and then counting the ballots, and then all of a sudden mysteriously that 98% for Biden dump happens the next day on the counting thing on the Dominion machines. How does any of that sound normal? How does any of that sound up and up? How does any of that sound above board? I'm asking because it sure doesn't sound above board to me. Maybe somebody out there can explain how this is all just fine and, we're seeing ghosts everywhere, but it just appears that something is going on. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next one.